3 days left? Yeah, I think it's 3 days left until Resident Evil Requiem. Let's be clear one thing, folks. Resident Evil games, they will always sell well, okay? Regardless if the game will sell well, there are a few things that need to be addressed, okay? Number one, performance. Now the second one, I'm not certain it could be addressed. Well, it depends on who you ask for, okay? The story. Some people say that Capcom, they are afraid to start a new character because they knew without the legacy characters such as Leon, Claire, Jill, or Chris, the franchise won't succeed. You know what? Let me show you. So a little bit of reminder before we get into this. The leaks, folks, most of them are created because of one simple reason, okay? And it's still there. And don't forget, most of the leaks happens in China, okay? And if you go in YouTube, most of the time you are going to see leak titled in Mandarin, okay? Little bit of reminder.
Anybody who's interested in the up-and-coming Resident Evil Requiem, some assholes out there decided it was a good idea to try to leak the game. Kind of like piracy, I'd agree with leaking a game if it was woke bullshit that deserved it. But Resident Evil Requiem is one of like the only good-looking games in the past 10 years. Oh yeah, and besides those scumbags, there's another group of retards attacking the original game designers of Resident Evil, calling them homophobic and racist without any evidence, which seems to be a common thing in the modern age of the libtard internet. But before we get into it, if you like these type of videos and if you want to help out the channel, maybe consider subscribing or supporting me over on Patreon. And to all the awesome patrons, I've got your messages about the free pins, so I'll get them sent out as soon as possible. So as I said, I don't know why somebody would try to leak Resident Evil Requiem. It can't really be out of love for the franchise.
Not exactly quite, okay? Don't forget one thing. I've checked every leaks, okay? Most of them, well, the last time I checked, okay? The title of it, it wasn't in English. It was in Mandarin. No, if you look at Chinese sites like Bilibili, you can still find it. Think they still have it? I don't know. They could have taken it down for some reason. I don't know. From what I've understand, that the internally is much more difficult in China for Capcom to do anything. And guess what? Right now, China and Japan, they are not exactly what we'd say, you know, getting together. And trust me, the tension between China and Japan, sooner or later, is gonna get to a boiling point. That's just the conspiracy theories, okay?
You're really damaging the game and basically ruining it for anybody who's looking forward to it, which is a lot of people. We barely have games anymore that have main characters like Leon Kennedy that are allowed to be a badass action hero, like something you'd only see in classic video games, anime, or manga, which is very prominent in this game because Leon's revolver is literally the revolver from Trigun. Leon Kennedy and Dante from Devil May Cry are two of my favorite and some of the most iconic characters in gaming because they take inspiration from classic 80s action from America, then also anime and manga like Trigun, Hellsing, Devilman, and Berserk. So this game is going to turn out to be a massive success, even if it does suck or something, which it probably won't, because so many people want to play it, including people who played the original Resident Evil and love the franchise, then people like I just mentioned, stuff like anime, manga, comic books.
Okay, I think that would be a starting point. Again, folks, let's be clear one thing, okay? Resident Evil games, they will always sell as well, okay? No doubt about it. Even if you see some negative reviews, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, those negative reviews mostly come from performance, okay? I'm gonna showcase to you my laptop specs on the screen right here, and I want you to tell me, how many FPS do you think I'm gonna get when I played Resident Evil Requiem? Because remember, games like Resident Evil Requiem or GTA 6 will sell well, no doubt about it, but performance is a different thing, okay? It's a different story. Not just performance, but story. Don't forget, modern entertainment, one of the few things they lack is talented writers, okay? Not just in movies and TV shows, but video games, okay?
But really, it's the truth. Just open up your eyes. And that takes me to the main thing here, which is more annoying than the game being leaked. So you have the post from the Japanese account talking about how people are trying to leak the game. And they got a response from the original game designer of games like Resident Evil 2 and Devil May Cry, Hideki Kamiya. And after looking at this guy's account, there is a few things to note. Like, for example, somebody responded to him saying that all of the new Resident Evil games are woke. And he came back calling them an idiot, which to be honest I kind of agree with, because I don't care if this guy is some Marxist lunatic, he's made some great games and I've respect for him. And if all you can really say to a legend like that is about how the new Resident Evil games are woke when they're not even woke.
I played it. I'm probably gonna go back and playing Resident Evil 7. Look, to be honest, I played it on the cracked version and it still needs a bit of mastering, okay? It's not because I know where I need to go, it is facing Jack Baker, okay? I don't know how people managed to lure Jack Baker into somewhere, forcing him to, I don't know, burst through a wall and then go around, go through the wall, get the key, you know, the whole shebang. I don't know how people do that. No, generally, I'm not joking. Some creators did attempt that, okay? Some creators who do no damage run. First, they lure Jack into the dining hall, let Jack Baker destroy the table, run outside, Jack Baker bursts through the wall, and then the character runs back and goes around him. I don't know how they do it, which that's gonna be a difficult thing to do.
And you are an idiot. Like, some people made that mistake thinking I called Resident Evil 7 and 8 woke, which I don't really know if I said that. I probably made a mistake. I do that all the time. But what I actually meant was that Resident Evil 7 and 8, in my opinion, aren't really that great games. Like, the latter half of Resident Evil 7 is really garbage in my opinion. And the game is great in memory, but that whole part where you have to play as Mia really makes no sense. Which the same goes for Resident Evil 8 in my opinion, which was sort of a mess. It wasn't really woke or anything. I just didn't really love it. And both of those games could have done with the Resident Evil feeling that this new game has brought back. So I don't really think all of the new Resident Evil games are woke or anything, and if you're like that guy who commented at this game designer calling all of them woke, you really are a moron. So that's just a quick note that this guy isn't some far right game designer. He's probably actually a leftist in real life.
Let me be clear, folks. A game made for everyone is a game made for no one. Not every game is for everyone, okay? That's okay. There's choices. And this is something many people don't understand. Just because you make a game doesn't entitle you to force consumer to buy your game or do the whole don't ask questions, just consume product, then get excited for next product. That's not how it works, okay? Customers have the right to play and choose what game they like, okay? Make a game for everyone means you make a game for no one.
But back to the main story at hand here. Hideki Kamiya says that when he worked on Biohazard 2, the exact same thing happened where the plot twist at the end of the game got spoiled. Regardless of political opinions, I agree with this dude 100%. And I care more about somebody's morality, sense of justice, and backbone more than their political stance. And this guy here has a lot of it, so respect. Because he says that if you're the type of person who thinks that it's okay to ruin a game for all of the fans by leaking it, then you deserve 1,000 deaths. But for some reason, a few retarded Americans wanted to respond, calling him out, saying that it's his fault and it's also Capcom's fault for letting the game get leaked, whatever the hell that means. And also, some person here responded,
okay, to people who just accuse that, tell me something. To all those people who claim that this person, Hideki Kamiya, was the reason why the game got leaked, do they even know that many of those leaks are from Mandarin? No, generally, I'm not joking. Many people who posted it, no, I checked it, okay? The last time, the title of it, there was one time I see the title, it was not in English. It was in Mandarin. And don't forget, Resident Evil 2 Remake was unavailable in China. Think about that. No, it is gonna be relevant. China and Japan is now, well, let's just say their tension is boiling, okay? It's start to boil.
Feminism and how Ada should have been the main character or some slow bullshit like that, using the stereotypical black person gif, which makes your entire opinion and argument invalid, by the way. And he responded hilariously saying, speak human language, you insect. Seriously, if you think you can attack gaming legends, especially using retarded Twitter gifs, then go fuck yourself. And the same thing happened here where some pronouns in bio fake fan of comic books and Resident Evil attacked them, saying that I know you give harsh replies to people, but there's no need to be racist or homophobic. He responds again, calling them an insect.
Also, folks, I think we should stop calling racist and homophobic thing because, I don't know, folks, when you say things, when you say the same words, okay, over and over again, you want to know what happens? People will just disregard it, okay? They don't care.
Because that's what they deserve. When was he ever homophobic or racist? You're just making shit up. People like that are just the most pathetic sacks of shit, and when you meet one of these bastards in real life, they usually just cry into your face and do nothing. So take all your accusations and insults and send them back to your gay buddies on Blue Sky. Resident Evil is clearly not for you when you can't respect the guys who made the original games.
I don't think Capcom's gonna listen to that. So far, it is almost time. Resident Evil will always sell well, okay? Let's just be honest with ourselves. They will be 100% sells well. Maybe not initially, okay? Usually sometimes because performance issues, we all know that. Remember, performance is another story. The new Resident Evil games have de novo, okay? Before any of you says the new doesn't affect performance, do you remember Resident Evil Village and Devil May Cry 5? Okay. Okay, that's going up. Again, folks. Let's all be clear that Resident Evil games, they will sell well, regardless of what people say, okay? And again, despite the game will succeed, there are a few things that need to be ironed out, okay? Like for example, performance issue. Okay? No, generally, performance is a key factor. Oh, you're waking up. What? That's stupid. Anyone? Nothing. Whoa, you waking up. Ow. Got him.
It's unlocked.
Okay. So, evidently, I'm probably gonna play it though. Again, you know what? At first I wanted to wait until Mouse PI for Hired, but then again I found out Ow. I found out that Mouse PI for Hired was delayed, okay? No, it was delayed to April. I'm not kidding. It was delayed to April. I don't know why they delayed it. Whoa. Oh, got him. Where'd you? Ow. See, burn it. Got him. Where's the flamethrower? Burn it. Got him. What else? Okay. So for the record, I wouldn't consider Resident Evil to be woke, okay? I play a lot of Resident Evil games. None of them is what people say. Woke, okay? It's not. And frankly, folks, yeah, pistol. Now, frankly, I think the one thing Resident Evil needs to fix is, of course, performance and story. And I wake them up. What? Yeah, wake them up. Can we even interact? No, we cannot. So, evidently, folks, I think Capcom needs to fix their performance issue, okay? Even if you see reviews on Steam, mixed or negative or anything, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, it could be performance, okay? Remember, performance is the key. Regardless what people want to say, one of the reasons is de nouveau, okay? Again, I'm probably gonna play it after release, I don't know. Because, well, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, strategy. Honestly, never mind. Anything? Nothing. Okay. 1. See this? So, evidently... Oh. Did I just killed something? Grenades. Ah, better. Flamethrower. Good. Sorry. What else I had to say? Oh yeah. Story is a different thing as well, but usually it depends, okay? Got him. Oi. Got him. Yeah. Again, folks. Story is gonna be the key, okay? And also, I think... Again, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? Many people are worried that the story... Whoa. Wait. Nothing here? Anything? I don't know why you do that. Port. Anything? Nothing. What is this about? Nothing. Everything's freeze. I will still be playing Resident Evil Requiem. I'm certain some of you will. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm probably gonna wait until maybe someone plays the game first. Not because I want to, okay? Because I want to see the performance, okay? And also I want to strategize where I need to go, because remember, I'm certain there's gonna be a lot of backtracking in Resident Evil Requiem, so I'm gonna have to plan ahead. I'm probably waiting until maybe a day or so. Well, it depends, okay? And maybe after I'm done with Resident Evil Requiem, I could be playing Resident Evil Code Veronica. Because they say it is believed that Code Veronica is going to be next. And also Resident Evil 0. I don't know why they remake Resident Evil 0, but that's a topic for another day, okay? Okay, if my memory serves me correctly, it's here. So, evidently, folks, I don't know, folks, some people say the story, well, according to the leaks anyway, from what I've heard from other creators that reported it, Capcom planned to change the story for some reason. I don't know. But overall, I think what Capcom is trying to do... Whoa. Yeah, I think what Capcom is trying to do, folks... Pistol. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh yeah. Capcom is probably... I don't think they want to start fresh, okay? Because they knew. Capcom knows that if they start fresh, without the beloved characters such as Leon, Jill, Chris, or better yet, Claire and Chris, or Ada, I think maybe they can't do it. Don't forget, we all know that Leon, Ada, Claire, Chris, Jill is beloved by everyone, and Capcom doesn't want to remove it. I had to assume that Capcom must have seen what happened with The Last of Us, and they don't want to pull that off, okay? Everybody loves Leon, everybody loves Jill, Claire, Chris, Ada. Would you agree, folks? Whoa. Ow. Got him. That was a panic move. Again, which one of you likes either Leon, Claire, Chris, Jill, or better yet, Barry Burton? Say in the comments. Got him. You're still alive. Got him. So evidently, folks, I think that's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem when it comes to Capcom. They are unwilling to make a new character because they still want to use their existing characters like Leon, Claire, Jill, and Chris, because they knew without them, the franchise won't succeed. Honestly, in my opinion, I think they could at least do something different, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Making them having a kid or anything, because don't forget, we don't know what happened to Leon, Claire, Chris, or Jill, or maybe Ada, aka their marriage status, because we don't know. Some of them could be married, some of them could be single. It depends, okay? Ooh, that hurts. Ooh, that hurts. If Capcom wants to start fresh, okay, they could at least do like this way. They're kids, okay? Okay, how old is both Leon, Claire, Ada, Chris, and Jill? I'm probably certain they way past their 40s and 50s of age. Don't you agree? Maybe we could see them having kids. Because this is the problem, okay? Capcom doesn't want to, well, they still want to use their beloved characters, okay? And frankly, they can't remove it. They knew if they remove Leon, Jill, Claire, Ada, And they knew that if they remove these beloved characters and the franchise won't survive. That's my theory, okay? But I think there are better ways, okay? So what do you think? What are better ways for Capcom to start a fresh new character, but at the same time keep the existing characters, okay? Such as Leon, Claire, Sherry, Ada, Jill, Chris Redfield. Think about that. Whoa, you guys. 1, 2. Ow. What? He's still alive. Got him. Whew. Okay. Again, I think in my opinion,